I don't have two truths and a lie, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Hey, if we do it, I bet you can come up with one.
All right. Okay.
Or just come up with one lie.
Just lie to me. Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lie to me.
Talk dirty to me.
Dude, what's up, bud? What's up, bud?
What's up?
What's up? Had a little Sunday brewery time, huh?
Yeah, Sunday fun day. As much as that term is whatever. Yeah, so we hit up a brewery that we had not yet been to, fairly close by, and was delightfully surprised. We'll be revisiting said brewery.
Should we declare them a sponsor?
Yes,
absolutely.
That's 100% okay to do, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Mechanics Brewing. Let's see. Let's make sure we don't get our sponsor wrong. They paid not money to get on our show. Mechanical Brewery. Boy, what a delightful place. Google rates it 4.8 stars out of 5. So, and I think that's justifiable because let me tell you.
Okay.
Their aesthetic is delightful. Not steering too far in one direction of anything particular, but your industrial brewery look. So hardwood,
Good.
concrete floors.
Would you say it was like mechanical?
A little to the name. They had, when you walk in, they have board games and like card games and stuff that you can just pick up and bring to your table. So clearly someone cleared out their parents' basement and took all like the board game options and just threw them onto the side. But that's great for a brewery. For those of you that don't know, it's a big thing for breweries to have something for people to do.
Yeah. Keep you there.
Yeah, exactly. Just fart around.
Yeah.
And the beverages were delightful. They weren't IPA heavy. They did have a few IPAs, but they also dabbled in like stouts, brown ales, pilsners, lagers. So a good wide array. And a wild card that I really appreciated is that you could get flights of 4 or 6. They had flights of 6 available.
Ooh.
Which, that's...
So you could choose your own adventure?
Yeah, exactly. And when it's your first time at a brewery, I think out of respect, you want to do a flight. And so I'm like, you know what? There's enough things on this menu that I'm going to do a flight of 6 and walked the range of options and was delighted by, I would say, 4 out of the 6 options that I tried. But if I go back, I can have like another different flight and try the more hoppy variety of things. But I was pleased with what I had. They also had a hard coffee that they offered, which was delightful.
Oh, so you're really cracked out right now. Great.
Got a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of caffeine
energy, got the boozy energy.
Don't worry about nothing. If I black out or wig out,
Sunday night caffeine, love it.
Absolutely,
love it. Yeah.
It's a good way to start the week. All in the effort to go to bed and be up by like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, here's the big question: are you going to take me there next month for my birthday weekend?
Whoa! The possibilities are endless. That is absolutely a viable option. I would call it a viable option. However, there may be the need to go to a location that I frequent more often so you can be more acclimated with my normal environment. So I don't know. We'll see. But maybe both. Maybe I take you there as the new place, and maybe I take you to somewhere that I frequent more often.
Yeah, we're only going to have like 4 days. And
right.
One thing I didn't ask you yet is, can I stay at your place?
Oh, wow. See, yeah, no, totally. Normally that would be okay. Oh boy, but it's you know what, the cats really, they like their spare rooms to be left open, so like it looks like there's human beds in there, and the cats don't really care to stay on the human beds, but like like maybe it's a strong maybe. Just get your references in order of people you've stayed with out of town before. And I'll make some calls, and we'll probably, it looks fairly decent of a chance.
Gotta be honest, the people that I've stayed with before don't speak to me anymore.
Okay, that's a bad start. Like, let's be honest, that's a really bad start. So maybe it's not in the cards, but hey, you'll be in the area, and you can definitely, like, if you have a tent, you are definitely welcome to pitch a tent in the backyard, because it is fenced in, and so like it's a nice yard. So you are welcome to at least do that if you have a tent.
I'm gonna pitch a tent in your house.
That's gross. Cue the
I've confused my priorities. Isn't it supposed to come to me? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. Every little thing flashing on a screen. Age of convenience. My daddy worked hard for this. Age of
Slow fade.
fade and then cut it off.
Hello, Bobbin.
Yes.
Dude, killer Street Fighter shirt. Is that what I'm seeing there?
Yeah, it says class of 91, and it is the OG Street Fighter 2 lineup. Got this for Christmas. Pretty rad.
Dig it. You know what? One of my favorite breweries in Austin, I think we mentioned it before, was called Fourth Tap. They're the brewery that had the PWR, Party World Wrestling. So they had a full wrestling ring in their brewery room, like in there.
That's amazing.
They would do like just comedy wrestling. But then they had the board games, but they also had like setups of, because the owner was also into like, he's like real nerdy about retro video games like Nintendo and like other systems and like ROM hacks and shit. So he would set up like video game stations in the bar too, or in the brewery. So you go to like there's like a few different stations where you could like play different games on different setups. I was like, that's the best job in the world. I mean, it's hard to have a brewery. They closed down somehow. I don't know why.
I got to assume there's other things to owning a brewery that go into consideration, but
yeah, some dollar bills here and there. I mean, also they were like in North Austin, which is a drive, but it's like there's also fucking 500 breweries in Austin.
Yeah, no.
And then COVID, a little thing.
South Jersey's had a few of our breweries closed down over the last couple months. One is closing down literally this week, and another one right down the street from me closed down, unfortunately. And we were last. That's
right, your trivia bar.
Yeah, the trivia bar, and at the end of January. So it's unfortunate because the rules and the state is a lot shittier with their laws surrounding breweries here. Like, you can't serve food at breweries, which is a killer. Like, that's a real killer for breweries, as you can imagine. Like, they're not allowed to have
food trucks. Can you do those, right?
So they even put on a limit as to how many times, if at all, they could have food trucks too. Like, it's really bad. So that's why like breweries fail here, is because
you just got to drink, no food.
Right. Doesn't that sound wrong? Like, they're like,
hammered.
Okay, you can have people over, but they better not be drinking on a full stomach. They better be hungry drunks. We want people drinking and driving as much as possible. So like the place we just went to, like, you can they served like packaged pretzels. You can buy like bags of pretzels, but like they can't have kitchens and stuff like that. So it's a bummer because people want to go and people want to support these businesses. But if you want dinner, you have to either Grubhub or like Uber Eats something to the brewery.
Do they let you do that?
Yeah, all the breweries, and legality of it is you can bring outside food, but it'd help the breweries a lot more.
There's no food safety standards at all.
What?
Yeah. It's weird because it's like, hey, you can't have food here for some reason, but you can get food from outside, which is like definitely a food safety hazard in any kind of restaurant or establishment. So it's like
it doesn't make sense. The state knows it doesn't make sense, but this is again brought to you by the state who won't let you pump your own gas. So let's not be surprised by state regulations.
I just learned that.
Really,
dude? I did not know that.
Yeah,
I saw a meme or something about like you don't pump your gas anymore. You show up to the pump and they gotta pump it. They gotta pump you full. Or what do you do? Do you do like a $20 pump? Do you do a $40 pump? What's your pump level? How much you paying for a pump?
Fill her up, bro. When do you get to say the terms "fill her up"?
Yeah, fill her up. Yeah. So I want to be dripping. It's you know what? There's a little bit left. Just spray it all over the car.
All right, yeah. Put it in this cup. It's terrible. It's awful. I hate pulling up and then having someone saunter over to my car and open up the gas cap, and then they have to take my card and start pumping, but then they go over to other cars and my card clicks and it's done. Then I have to wait for them to come back and take care of it and send me on my way. Like, it takes longer. It's awful. Like, some people are like, yeah, but you don't have to get out of your car if it's cold out. I'm like, I don't. Yeah, maybe a couple times a year. I'm grateful for that. But in all reality, I just want to pump my own fucking gas and be on my way. Like,
I know. Yeah. Well, then you got to like build relationships with like people, or you got to find somebody that's like trying to find a bartender. You know, it's like all of a sudden it's like, fuck, I can't go there because last time I said like, no, you topped me off, and now it's like weird, and I don't know what to say. Like I said 20.
Last guy said thank you, and I said you
like,
too, and I don't want to go back and meet that again.
Yeah. So now I got to drive an extra mile away.
Yep.
Have you ever driven into Pennsylvania to get gas just so you don't have to deal with it?
No, because Pennsylvania is more expensive. So I can't even go that route. Also, that would be fiscally irresponsible because it costs $5 to go over the bridge into Pennsylvania. So I'd be fiscally irresponsible in two ways. But Pennsylvania's gas is more expensive. So take that out of the equation too. It's listen, man, I'm fucked. I got to have some person pump my gas, and it's awful. It's terrible. I hate it. And our gas stations also don't sell alcohol. So not only do I have to have someone else pump my gas, but it's not even like you can swing into a gas station and pick up beer if you're in a rush and don't want to like go elsewhere. You have to go to the liquor store to pick up beer because all of our alcohol is consolidated into one location.
I cannot talk about it without crying.
Wait, can you even get like, what about snacks? Like, do you have to like let the person keep pumping you while you go in and get Reese's cups?
That sounds aggressive.
That works?
No, I don't think they have to keep
Can you let it, or do you have to let them finish first?
No, that's
you
a
can
weird
go
thing
in?
too. Is I don't know the etiquette on is if it's okay. Should I be getting out of the car while you're pumping my gas? Because it's like, am I holding up the operation if then I come back? I mean, granted, people do that in other states anyway, but like, I feel bad. I can't do that because I was never that guy. I was never the guy to leave my car at the gas pump while I go inside. You're a piece of shit if you do that, especially in a self-pump area. Like,
that's a weird move,
pump your gas, park in one of the parking spots. I know it's wacky to think that you're parking twice at one location, but one is to get gas. Get the fuck out of the way after you're done getting gas, and then go in.
I mean, if you're the only one and there's like 6 other spots, fine, but it better be quick.
Maybe.
But if you're just like,
yes, there is discretion.
There's people that park at the gas pump that don't get gas.
Yeah, there's discretion to be used. But if
I've seen you,
all right, I will say this with a firm statement: if there are only 4 spots, you can't stay there. If there's more than 4 and you're the only person at the spot, okay, I'm okay with it. But if there is 4 or less spots to pump gas, you cannot be there. You got to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, because then you're basically also at a mom and pop shop, and they depend on every dollar they can get by the hour.
Just move your car.
You know, the price of the gas flips over.
Mm-hmm. You hear
like one of those deals.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when D&L used to have the rolling gas pumps, like the actual dial, instead of it being digital. Man, that's classic.
I live very near there. I should go check it out. Oh no, wait.
No, it's all digital now.
Do they? Yeah, it is. That's right.
There's no one's got.
Not only do
no
I
one's got those
live near
rolling
there,
gas
I go
pumps
there to get gas a
anymore.
lot, and I know they don't have that. So good for me.
Good for you,
They have a great craft beer. They're probably the best beer selection in town, which is crazy.
dude. Incredible. Because last time I was in Auburn, when we were hanging out, like I went in and I saw the walk-in cooler, and I'm like, oh, okay. They actually have like a legit craft beer selection. Like, good for them. A gas station going the extra mile, revamping their total inside to add a walk-in cooler so that they can carry a massive amount of craft beers. Like, good on them.
Yeah, they got you can fill your growlers there. They get all like the local and like the I mean they have a cooler you can walk in to get just your nightly drinky beers. But if you want to get some good shit, some strong shit, you can buy them singly, or you can buy them like by 4-pack. Plus they got this hazy propane there that's just delicious. You can't get anywhere else in town. Like they're a full service truck stop. It's real good. Real good.
I got me a pint of kerosene and a growler, and you hold them both up and you go, I don't remember which is which, and it's gonna be really, really tough to tell. But that's fine.
Well, we should talk about something I forgot. You sent me a picture, a digital picture recently. It had my name on it, but it wasn't my name. But it was my name.
It was your name. It just wasn't referencing you.
On Facebook, there's another Matt Jones, you guys.
There is another
Matt Jones.
Can you believe there's another Matt Jones in Central New York?
Yeah. I'm very difficult to stalk. Like, there's so many of us. But not that hard. If you really want to, just let me know. I'll help you out. But, there's a Matt Jones. And one of our fans tagged the Strange Fam pod on Facebook. Here, I'll share the post. I think I have it pulled up here. So here it is. Matt Jones for Liverpool School Board. And so Liverpool is in upstate New York. It's like kind of on the northern side of Syracuse, Onondaga Lake area. It's a town. It seemed to be a town with some kind of money and influence. They have good sports teams. That's where Hyde's Hot Dogs is. So you can, right. When I mention Hyde's Hot Dogs, everybody who's listening knows whether you're from here or not. But this is Matt Jones, and he is a teacher, an advocate, and a proud Liverpool warrior. And he is running for school board.
He dreams.
Sarah Ross, Stranger from your podcast. You look different. I do. And by different, I don't know what she means, but it's probably handsomer.
Younger.
It might wait. Am I
hair.
handsomer or more handsome? Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's all right.
That guy's got a good. That Matt Jones has a good smile. That Matt Jones has a good smile. He knows what he's doing.
He does.
Like, let's be honest.
Does he? What do you think he's running on? What's his platform for school board, do you think?
See, now this Matt Jones, like looking at him, that Matt Jones is conservative. Like, let's be honest. That guy, he wants to make sure the right kids are in the right bathrooms, and he's going to tell the parents that that's what he's running on.
Yeah, the right kids. You said it. You said
I didn't even mean that, but that made
you said
all
it.
the sense.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Here we go. We're getting political again.
He's making sure that there is no confusion with bathrooms. He is making sure kids are pushed to go to college and not trade school.
What is his stance on furries?
He's not for them. He is against kids identifying as aminals. Yeah.
I think he's just against kids identifying as anything. Like, hey, I'm a kid. No. It's Joe Biden telling you to say that.
Oh, interesting.
You don't identify as anything.
He is. He looks happy, but he's upset. He's upset about a lot of stuff deep down inside. He's
I don't even think he knows how angry he is.
He
yet.
doesn't.
He's still developing.
He doesn't.
You can tell by the hair. He's got the young angry hair.
Yeah, he's got the positive feeling. So like he comes off really likable. And he's just like, no, it's okay. Like if we tell kids that it's okay for boys to like boy things and girls to like girl things, then they'll just go on the right path and they'll have a family and they'll be
Usher.
They'll just be great contributing members of society. And they won't have those urges that other people have. And we're like, sir, what do you mean by urges? He goes, I'm just playing. It doesn't matter what I mean by urges. But he's going to tell you.
What is that, a Mountain Dew flavor?
He's going to tell you he has no hidden agenda. And like, he definitely isn't going to be in 10 years going to underground clubs where he enjoys the company of men while his wife and kids are at home. He does not look exactly like that guy.
Definitely won't happen in 10 years. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that. It won't be 10 years.
You won't wait that long.
That's for sure. Yeah. Whatever the election cycles are.
That's correct.
So so if I'm going to run up against him,
oh my God, you need
which
to.
I'm thinking about.
So, all right. Do you have to run for Liverpool
What's
school board? Do you have to be a resident
platform?
of Liverpool? That's our first problem.
I will move there to not fight him.
I don't think you need to move there. Let's be honest.
I want to be on this
politics.
school board so bad.
Slow down. It's politics. So you find the loophole. So do you know anyone that has a Liverpool mailing address? Someone that you can declare residency with?
Hold on. Let me pull up my Tinder.
Right. Okay.
So I'll figure this out real quick.
On a Tinder profile,
I'll work on that.
How do you discreetly put looking for a girl that has a Liverpool mailing address for the ability to run for school board?
Yeah. Looking for a backdoor entrance into school district.
Right.
And
they're like, oh, do you have kids?
Yeah.
No.
So.
Okay, well, that's a terribly off. That's a real big red flag. That's what the kids call red flags on the social.
Well, maybe that's my platform then. Because, I mean, I see a lot of posts these days about just like high school kids having sex with teachers, and it's like so cool now to like post about it because everybody's like, "Hey, I had sex with my teacher, or my teacher had sex with me," and especially if it's like a guy having sex with his female teacher, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's cool, good for him," and like it's jokes about it. Not under my administration. We don't do that.
Okay.
We do not post about sex in schools. Okay.
You keep it
what
under
happens
wraps.
in school stays in school.
That stays.
What happens in school stays in school. That's right. Exactly. Under my
tradition,
we go dark. No, yeah. All right.
We're not going to hear about it. We're not going to talk about that. That's not what we're talking about here.
You cannot use your phones in school to text about sex in school with teachers. You just can't.
Right. We're going to talk about school at school. Outside of scholastics at school, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the schooling at school.
Yeah. Not only that, but now you can list it on your college application. It's like an extracurricular. Like, hey, I boned Miss Marino
during study
economics 11. Yeah.
Right.
Like, and you can. It counts as I'll put it up there with like Habitat for Humanity. Okay. Like one of those.
Because it wasn't during class
your
hours.
Co-chair of Habitat for Humanity.
So it was extracurricular, right? Like it's not during class. Unless it was.
Ooh, good point. You know what? Let me tone it down. Let me back off. Let me back off. You cannot have sex during school hours. It has to be after school. Or at a place of consensual choosing.
Okay.
Ooh, good point. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you're looking for a cabinet position here?
I'm not against it. I can work remotely. It is 2024.
You might have to move back upstate.
I can. Nope. I am going to be this candidate that shall remain unknown, but I am a source of information in South Jersey that you look to. But it's because you are thinking so outside the box that you don't want your influence to be held to the sole restrictions of Central New York. You have cabinet members out there, right? Out understanding the rest of the world.
Right. Oh, yes.
In the areas such as South Jersey, a suburb of Philadelphia, Philadelphia,
Yes.
aka
Big city
1776,
influence.
America, Philadelphia, that Philadelphia. So like,
Yes.
talk
The
about
foundations.
dude, like I'm there to be like to bring it back to our roots, right? Go back to the roots. That's what we're here for. When sex with teachers was fairly reasonable as long as it wasn't during school hours, because out of respect for our education, for the other students. There you go.
You know, there was talk when they were going to get rid of Hamilton on the 10 and for Harry Tubman. The other option was a teacher fucking a student. That was just as American. Like, it was like right up there. So I think you need to get yourself a pair of like spectacles, Ben Franklin spectacles, so I can be like, hey, this isn't coming from me. This is coming from all of us. This is coming from the hub of America.
I don't know if you heard about a little place
from
called
a guy who gets pumped every week for $40.
Yeah. Yeah. I live near there-ish. So don't talk to me about freedoms, okay?
Yeah. So good luck, Matt Jones.
Yeah. Good luck. Matt Jones is coming for you.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. You've got your teaching in your hairline, in your youth.
Really nice
your
hair.
Model photography.
I hate to admit it, but man, really nice hair.
The hair is just brutal.
I really wish I had his hair.
If I lose, it
sucks.
Yeah, it's only because of the hair.
It is.
Not because of anything else.
Hair. So like, even if you lose to that head of hair, it's like, damn it, I get it. All right, America, I know you love hair.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, good luck though. Maybe I'll make some political campaign signs for you.
100%. Dream big.
Well, should we start the show?
Sure, why not?
Should we start the program? The Wheel of Convenience? May we? May we?
We may.
May. Oops. Oh, something's happening. I don't know what's happening. Stop doing it.
Boys, folks. I don't even know what's happening. If you're listening, I also don't know what he's freaking out about because I don't see anything.
I love that this thing has a teleprompter. Like, it's like, hold on, I forgot what I was supposed to say. No, it's got to be your teacher. It's like, it's got to
be your boy.
No, it's got to be your teacher that you fuck. I botched the line. All right, nobody can see it, so I'm gonna move on. Spin the wheel. All right.
Big money.
You know how this works. You know how I'm gonna reintroduce this, dude. Are you fucking serious?
God damn it. All right.
Dude literally says at the beginning of the show, I didn't prep. All right, we'll just spin. We can do another one. It'll spin away.
Please.
All right. We can make up our own rules, dude.
God.
We're in the school board. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, you call it right now. You want it? Yay or no?
No.
We can spin again.
Spin again.
No,
I'm using a mulligan.
Yeah, okay. All right. Of course it was.
We have like multiple things that we've never landed on, I swear.
Ooh, hot wrecks. We haven't done hot wrecks in a while.
We have not done hot wrecks. The wheel has not taken us to hot wrecks.
Yeah. Okay, I got a couple ideas. I don't know what to go with.
I have a handful of them.
That you're thinking of? Okay. Yeah.
I've kind of put mine into subcategories.
Are you going?
So I'm going to kind of. I don't know if I should go with something similar to what you recommend, or if I should go a different avenue than what you recommend. But I'm going to basically what I'm telling you is you have to go first.
Okay. Fair. Well, do you want a piece of media or do you want more esoteric, like lifestyle recommendation?
Ooh, I like this that I get to pick. I want you to recommend something to me lifestyle wise.
Okay.
Pterodactyl, as you put it.
This is very exciting. So, one of the things my psychiatrist brought up,
good start.
and I hadn't thought about, but it's like something you do. Like, do you ever try like breathing ever?
Yeah, no, I've been pretty good at it.
Real good. Like, yeah, but like, yeah,
I do
it. Like box breathing, I've heard
daily.
of, but yeah. And then, but he brought up the idea of meditation. I was like, yeah, no, I think I did that. Like, I just said it like I might have like a fucking idiot. Like I've ever
What
meditated.
does that
or
even
know what
mean?
that means or how to do it.
I think I
anything like that.
meditated. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. What do you call it?
Well, no, because I'm like, I look up YouTube video. Yeah. Oh, you mean just sit there and do nothing? Yeah, I've done that, Doc. All right, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. But I gotta say, I don't know how many people honestly meditate, but I've done it a few times in the last week. And it's like pretty legit. Like real, like, well, I don't know where, like, I think I'm real bad at it right now. I don't know if I'm doing it right. So I looked up a monk on YouTube, so you know it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an actual monk, and it's because I was just like, the first video I looked up was like, what the fuck am I doing with meditation? Is it even work? Like, how to start, whatever, beginners.
Actually, he looked up an episode of Monk featuring Tony Shalhoub. He misunderstood the assignment,
and he was like, "Oh yes, oh this keyboard isn't clean. We have to clean it.
That's
really that's where the murder
Tony
weapon
Shalhoub
is. It's the P key." I just know him as the bartender at the Providence Airport. Sandpiper Air, whatever. Wings reference.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go deep.
Wow. A Wings reference for a podcast.
Go deep.
Stop that.
Great show. Underrated. Okay show. Properly rated. I'll say that. Okay. I forgot. I just realized. I was like,
never mind.
Fine.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold
yeah.
on. That's terrible.
It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So then I just looked up one night, like a kind of like going to sleep meditation, and I followed along with it. And like, so the monk was basically like, just do it kind of thing. Not like fucking Shia LaBeouf, just do it. But he's like, it's important to like focus on a sound and breathe, but like just go back to like find a zero place. And I did it. Like, and I found like a really good video for it. I just looked up beginners like meditation, and I did it that night for like an hour. I just kept going through different videos, and I was just laying in my bed flat, and it was trippy as fuck. Like, it really was. And I it's hard to explain unless you do it, but it gave me the feeling of like being on drugs in a way, or like it's totally, because like if you listen to a good version of it, I mean, most of them are probably good, but they really let you be in the moment and be free from yourself, which is like something I really needed for anxiety, because I'm in my head and I'm thinking about the future or thinking about different things. And it was crazy where they say things like feel the gravity around you, feel like the pillow underneath you and things like that put you in that present moment, but then keep you breathing. And then it'll play these sounds like bitonal or I don't know what they're called, or like beach sounds, or like different things that aren't like overly, I mean, like somehow the production is so good on these things now that it tripped me the fuck out. And I was like, holy shit, is this a thing? Is this real? I mean, I know I've always heard of it, and I don't know, I haven't tried it. And then there was another night where I was feeling fairly anxious going to bed, and I did another version of it, and I wouldn't say it got me back to zero, but it definitely kept me from escalating my anxiety and just let me be in it, and be okay, and just like recognize like whatever it is, like, oh shit, and I'm feeling anxious now I feel this, because all whatever my triggers are, it's like, fuck, oh no, my stomach hurts, I feel sick, or I have congestion, or like, oh no, I'm gonna panic about it, or no, I'm not gonna fall asleep tonight. All the little triggers, like, it helped me. And this is like just by doing it for like a couple hours in a week. And then I watched like a TED talk on it that shows like once you get same monk, but once you get 7 hours into it, it can like actually like work with the neuroplasticity of your brain. There's kind of like a cognitive behavioral therapy thing too, like just changing your actions and stuff. But it's weird because it feels like it's working. I just gotta say,
bail.
As an anxious person who's don't do it. Yeah.
I don't trust that at all.
That sounds terrible. Breathing. Yeah. Go lean back into the panic attacks. They're great. They keep you alive.
Let's be honest.
They do. They really
keep you
do.
hyper aware.
You can't be dead in a panic attack.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ain't no gypsies coming after you during a panic attack.
You don't get to shuffle around and like touch the air and grab at stuff and do this thing. You don't have to do these moves when you're meditating. But and I've done. I mean, I guess my experience with it before was like through yoga, which is, I mean, helpful too. But it's almost like not. I mean, yoga is great, but it's almost too physical in a way where sometimes it's like this kind of hurts because I'm not flexible. I can't,
Well, right,
Um,
and
but
focusing when
yeah,
when
just
you're someone
yeah.
who's not good at balance, you don't realize how much mind power goes into like trying to focus on balance and stuff. So right, balance and flexibility, like it's not resting concepts. I'm sure yoga is closer to meditation when you're good at it because it's
Oh, it is. Yeah.
effortless. But when you're not good at yoga, when you're new to yoga, it does take a lot of focus. So
Yeah, and I'm not terrible at it, and I've done it enough, but it's like sometimes it's like really stretching.
yeah,
And it's good because like you're breathing and you feel good about it. But if you're, especially if you're in a class, you're not on your own. And I've done it. I definitely have done it at home with YouTube videos. But there's just a different element to just the straight meditation of like, it's really good about getting you whenever your mind wanders. It's kind of the idea of like, give yourself that wander, but come back to this, whatever this state is, this one place, whether it's you're focusing on sound or focusing on the way your feet feel or focusing on where your hands are. Just pick one thing to be at present. So whenever you start to wander or start to worry or do something again, you can get back to that spot. And it's very convincing. It's very good. And I'm going to try it. I mean, I'm going to keep doing it, but I told my dad, I was like, dude, I told my dad, it's like, dude, dad,
listen,
dude, dude, listen, dude.
bro,
I was like,
bro.
I was like, I was like, it's kind of scary. It scared me just in terms of the feeling of it. And like, because you have to let yourself distance yourself from yourself. And that's like one of the weirdest dichotomies of anxiety where you're like, you're like dissociating from yourself because you don't want to feel like, I don't know, you feel yourself, but then I do, because that's when I like manifest whatever different like feelings I'm having. I'm like, oh, that hurts, that hurt. I mean, it doesn't really, but it's like such this weird dichotomy of like feeling and not feeling. Do I feel something? Do I not feel anything? Do I want to feel? Do I not want to feel? And all that stuff. But this takes it into like a place of one where it's like, let yourself feel, but then come back to this spot. So it's like, it was very cool.
Yeah.
It's tight, dude. It's fucking tight, dude.
For
Yeah, meditation's like
For
tight.
God.
So I recommend it. I'm only a few hours into it, but it's working. I think a little bit.
I did a float before, like a salt water float.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would have been scared of that, but after meditating,
that was intense,
more into
man.
it.
Like being in a little like it wasn't claustrophobic aspect. I want to clarify that, but like my mind going a mile a minute and everything, and like being in a room where there's no visual stimulation really, just like almost like a very dimly lit room with a little bit of like, because you could turn the light off or you could have it on dimly lit with like a little like starriness to it, but like there's just soothing tones playing and you're just in this really salinated water that you can like float in, and being in that for an hour without anyone to talk to, without any visual stimulation and stuff is really freaking weird. It was to the point of like uncomfortability for me.
Yeah, damn.
So I never went back after.
It is, yeah.
It wasn't soothing for me. It became like a little like made me that much more fidgety, but I mean, it was to some extent. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I tried it, but it was interesting to say the least. But that's not my recommendation because the ending is I was okay with it. But I've done guided meditation a little bit before, but less intense probably than what you did. I a few years ago would like on break at work, I would drive to like a park that was down the street and I would sit on a park bench by this pond and I would just do like guided meditation for like 20-25 minutes of just someone talking in my ear, and like that I can do. I can do a guided meditation because there is like someone instructing me what to do, but just
I do need, I need that for sure too.
So
yeah,
man, I should get back into it. So I have.
Well, that's what's cool. Is like I think if you practice it enough, is that you can get yourself like when nobody's around to get to that place on your own by finding that like one point. You know, if you like learn it through being guided,
I would assume
then
that's
you can, like,
the theory, right?
find
is
it
that
on your
guided
own.
meditation is to start with because you want someone to like teach you how to manually think about like getting to those states. And then once you're good at it, you can do it without the cues. I guess that would be the thought process, right? Okay. So I have a recommendation.
So now, do you have anything
Not
for
as
that?
good.
And I've got Modern Family. I've been rewatching it.
I know,
It's
right?
really...
Son of a bitch. So
I don't know what any of this shit is, and I'm fucking scared.
I have activities, movies / TV, and music.
Well, I probably got to go with activities.
Okay.
Right?
Which one do I want to give
That
you?
seems to make
because I don't
sense.
feel that either one of these are as good as what you gave me. So,
okay, then give me a movie that was as good.
well, it's called movies / TV, and
Or how about this? Give me whatever you think. So this was like my obsession for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or I mean, obsession, not obsession. It was my like something that I really enjoyed, and I think might be beneficial to my life. Is there something like that, or like a rewatch or something that like impacted your life in a way?
I'm gonna recommend this, and I don't know if we've talked about it or not, but Loudermilk on Netflix, the series.
I saw it when it was on Prime.
Did
I think.
Damn it.
With Ron Livingston.
Yeah. So.
Well, I didn't see the whole thing. I've seen like 4 episodes.
Okay. So there's 3 seasons.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
for those of you who don't know, it's Ron Livingston, who's most famously known by our generation as Peter from Office Space, the main character in Office Space.
Peter Gibbons.
So it's a very similar character. Evidently, Ron Livingston is just that guy. But it is a drama series with really comedic writing. Like, so brilliant writing, but the series concepts are dramatic. So there's a lot of like really good messages. And essentially Ron Livingston is a recovering alcoholic who also runs AA meetings. And is, just dealing with his life. He lives with like a roommate. And one thing that like it does is like, it tackles like his comedy is it obviously beats down a lot of like pop culture, like nuances and stuff, and how people act and how everything is just like bullshit, that we've kind of just fallen into this cycle. But some of it's actually really profound, and some of it's really heartfelt, where you can relate, even if some of like the characters are outlandish. On a level, you can relate with some of them because of some of the trials and tribulations that they deal with and how they cope with them. And you're like, shit, I kind of do a less dramatic version of that. So it's a really rewarding show. I got through it really quick, and I'm not huge on binging stuff, but I got through it really quick. It left me wanting more. So I love shows and movies that can elicit emotion out of me. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad, but like, so I know people that don't, they're like, oh, I like this, but it's really sad, and I don't really want something sad. I'm like, but if I think something is sad, if my best description of something is, I'm like, it's really, really sad, that means I connected with it and understood that it like elicited a sadness emotion out of me. Because if it's trying to be sad, but it's not good, I won't feel sad. I'll feel like it's just cheesy or chintzy and poorly done. But if my best description of something is like, oh, it's sad, or, really makes you think, I love that. I love that. Like, we can, like, that makes me think of like, it reminds you that like film and TV is like art. Like, I forgot that those things can elicit emotions, or like hearing a song and like following lyrics, or even hearing a particular tune and getting like emotional. Like, movies and TV that can elicit emotions is so huge with me. And I was thinking of it the other day, and it sounds silly, but I'm going to share it with you, is that there's also positive versions of it. And what I mean by that is that, so I was at the gym yesterday, and the song "We're Not Gonna Take It" by Twisted Sister was playing on like their overhead.
Yeah.
Now,
We're
it's
not
it's not the song per
it.
se, and that song's been around as long as we've, that song probably came out when we were like, I don't know, probably came out in like 1990 ish, 89 maybe, Twisted Sister. So that's been around as long as we can remember. So, all right, it's just that song. However, when the movie Ready Player One came out, that song is in a scene where Parzival like preaches to like everyone in the internet community of like banding together to fight the common goal of like overthrowing the bad guy and stuff. And like, you're just like, I don't know if this is working.
Ooh.
And they're just at the scene. It's like the cold and frozen tundra. And all of a sudden you just hear the crowd and all of the characters storming. And then that you hear that drum part, boom, psh, boom, psh, boom, boom, psh, and then we're not, and you're just like, oh. And I remember being like, when I first watched it, I'm like, and I still
it almost relies on you knowing it.
But like, it gets me like going, like I can feel an emotional change where it's like, you just get so excited. Cause I love like that movie can elicit that emotion out of me of being like, yeah, go get them. You want to yell at like the movie screen, like, yeah, like you're cheering on. So like Avengers in their original moments, like the MCU would be able to do that when like there's turning points of going, you know, in Act 3, when the hero comes back and like starts fighting for, you know, and winning a battle and stuff. And so like, I also appreciate just as much when somber things and sadness can grab a hold of me like that in movies and in TV. And so like Loudermilk had a lot of those moments where I'm just like, you get caught up in the moment with different emotions. And I'm like, man, that's really good. And with a TV show that can do that, but also the comedic writing, that balance is not easy to achieve. You know, it's not a sitcom, because sitcoms aren't looking to elicit emotions out of you other than the one episode a season where they really have a heartfelt, you know, episode about whatever that grasps you. But like this show in general is a drama that just elicits so many good emotions. They just do it with humor all around it too. So Loudermilk is a big push.
Yeah, I like that. I like when shows, and I've seen a few episodes, but it's not trying too hard to be one thing or another, or it's not being preachy. I mean, I also just like Ron Livingston as an actor, so I'm sort of a fanboy for him, and this works for him. But like just how, like, just make it real. Like it's like, I mean, I love slice of life type movies where it's just like moments in time with people being real. And then this is like a different type of version of that, but it's like, it can be real. It doesn't have to be like, everything doesn't have to be exploded every time. Like sometimes it can be real. It can be dark. It can be like I like when people have to act like they would really act in a moment without it being too dramatic or too funny or too scripted, you know. And like, it's weird. Like sometimes I like things that would appear to be boring, but to me, if they seem real in a way, maybe a little hyperbole, but I'm like, I like it because I like the expression of, you know, the real world kind of stuff.
Right. I can't
there was
relate
a show
to complete and utter chaos
you reminded
all
me
the
of,
time, but I can relate to a little bit of like, what the fuck? Like situational things. Yeah.
But I also want people to react the way they would in situations, you know? Like I hate, that's like one of my pet peeves in movies or shows is like something happens, like, oh my God, we just stole your dad's bubblegum factory and now we're gonna shut it down. And instead of being like, holy fuck, this is everything. Like, no, we're gonna get it back through a series of Olympic Games, and we're gonna do it by doing. It's like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this?
Right. Everything's just
like, I don't like. No, wouldn't you be like really sad? Yeah, it's like too quick, too clever, and it's like, no, you'd be like destroyed or like be heartbroken or different things like that. There was this. Do you ever see that show with? It was on Netflix show with Will Arnett. It was like 2 or 3 seasons where he lives in Santa Monica. And he's like, I gotta look it up now. But it kind of like Loudermilk kind of has that feel to it.
I mean, I could tell you the answer is
and I think
no,
you would. I'm just gonna
but
say it
I'm
now.
curious as to what the show is.
Okay. But I really liked it because he was it's not in his top 4 on IMDb, so that's no good.
And Will Arnett should not have that top of a
even.
top 4.
Flaked. It was called Flaked. So it was 16, 17. So it was a Netflix series. I think it was 2 seasons.
That would make sense.
But it was really good. So it kind of had that like realism. He lives in Santa Monica. There's a bunch of like real type people. So a recovering alcoholic faces reality after a life-changing accident in Venice Beach, California. And so it kind of has that, like, I think if you like Loudermilk, I think you would like it. And it's like, it's weird because like these series that have really good acting that people don't know about. And we're just like, kind of like, I don't know. They call us like elite, like consumers of art. Like we're really like, it's just what we don't watch like the main shit at all. Besides Marvel and Star Wars.
Like the problem is like, did you make a show to be a good show, or did you make a show to win awards? And I feel like there's a line that's getting clearly drawn. I was talking about it with some coworkers, and I recently watched the other night. I watched The Imitation Game, and that was a really, really good movie.
Is that Benedict Cumberbatch
and Keira Knightley?
That is really good.
Like that's really, really good. And my
really
buddy
good.
put it, well, he goes, it's like what Oppenheimer wanted to be, but Oppenheimer was too focused on winning awards. And so they directed it that way. He goes, where this is like it's a story. Like it doesn't have a build. It's into the main story within 5 minutes of the opening credits. And then it has like the side story.
But it's got emotion and feel.
Right. But it's like it's almost like it's not a generic progressive story, because it just kind of like it's kind of like janky with the time frames, but it just keeps going where you need it to go, and then it kind of like ends, and it's not fulfilling at the end. It's somber, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? But that's what makes it a good movie, is because it's just it tells the story. First off, it's based on a true story, and it makes you feel like it's based on a true story because it's fucked, and you're just like,
and it's a crazy story.
And you're like, I'm mad, I'm happy, I don't even know what I am about the whole general concept. And it's just, it was really, really well done. And I was really pleased with it. So I was really happy with that. But yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, it's not about, oh, you have to go all artsy fartsy and be like really off kilter, but there's a way to do it where it's like, tell the story you want to tell. Don't worry about the extra bullshit. Tell it in the manner you want to tell it. And if you're good at like, that's the thing with Loudermilk, is like it tells a really good dramatic themes and stuff, but it just tells it with comedic writing, because why not? It doesn't take away from the drama.
Yeah.
It just makes you like it almost makes you go like, I can watch this, because there's a lot of really funny lines in it. But I'm watching it because I appreciate the storyline and the characters and their development and stuff like that. And when you deal with, I think it portrays people in like recovery and stuff in an interesting light, because there's a lot of different versions. It obviously shows a lot of different versions of people in AA, and think of like that compared to what you normally see Alcoholics Anonymous addressed in movies. It's the same bullshit every fucking movie. If someone goes to AA in a movie,
like just total schlubs or whatever. Like,
I lost my family. I lost and there is that one person, but like there's a bunch of different versions of people in it. There's a really young, 2 young people in it. There's older people. There's a homeless, basically a homeless person. There's a guy who has a bunch of kids and is trying to reconnect with his kids. And there's a guy who is a musician who is like, and it paints a different picture. They're all different struggles and stuff like that. So I think it does a lot of justice to that stuff that normally takes the back seat in cinema.
Yeah. Just like guys are me or me, you know? Yeah, Oppenheimer was, because it just came on Peacock. So I saw it, and it's like it's a beautiful movie. It really is. Like it's a great movie, except it's just like so linear, and like it's just the story of everything that happened in order. And it's like gotta have some feel. I mean, there's feeling when things explode and like certain things, but it's also just like this is what happened on this day. This is what happened on this day. This is like here are the events that happened in order of when they happened, and it's like that's good. I mean, it's great cinematography. It's beautiful. It's a huge movie. But yeah, the Imitation Game was like, yeah, I really like that. Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing for any kind of art. Like, it's weird because I was talking to, like, the idea of writing. I think I was watching somebody that talking about like the movie's always better in terms of like, yeah, and it's like, but I guess I get the idea because in 2 hours you can get out of something. And I know because there's like this obviously counter argument of like the book's always better, and it's not always true either. But I think the idea of writing is not like perceived of as an art anymore because I don't think people read enough like quality literature or writing anymore because it's either like whatever comics, fine. Like I mean, I'm not saying it's bad writing, but we miss the prose. Like fictional prose is so beautiful. Like having somebody have to create characters, create a world just through paragraph structures is a beautiful thing, and I think we like miss out. I mean, not everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people that really enjoy it, but finding people that write really, really well, that can do that and make you not make you interested. But I'm just saying, like, that's not what I'm saying, like, because there's a lot of like like I know a lot of people that read a lot now, and it's like a lot of people now, and I don't judge it because it's like it's fun, like read young adult novels. A lot of people my age read books you would buy from young adult, and that's fine. Like, and it's a lot of fairy sex shit going on. Like, I get it. It's like it's very hot. It's very sexy. I get it. Who doesn't want wings and a big old dick on a page? You know, it's like it's very hot. But it's like I mean, at least people are reading. But like the idea of like, there's a world where you can appreciate both. Like Station 11 was one I think I recommended a long time ago, but I watched the show finally on like Max. It's like a 10 episode series, but the book by Emily St. John Mandel was so beautifully written, and it's different. I mean, even though the same things happen on the show, the way she writes it in her words is so beautiful. Like I would read it again, even though I know what happens. And that's kind of the thing about like a good show, that you would watch it again because it was so well done.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't have enough appreciation for stuff like that now. Like a book, well, I'm audio booking it too for the most part. I'm almost done with, but Chain Gang All Stars, about like it's almost like an idiocracy in a way. Where this guy from upstate New York wrote this book about like the prison complex, the industrial whatever prison industrial complex years along the road, where like people on death row or who are at 25 years or longer can now compete in like gladiator games and stuff, but it's all like sponsored by big companies, and it's like hilarious, but it's not funny haha, it's funny like satirical, and it's like really well done. But when you read it or listen to the narrator, the woman who reads it, it's like the prose, the words people choose matter. And like I feel like we're really missing out on that a lot, like because it's not just accidental. You don't just write a sentence to like make a narrative go. And like you write it because this has meaning, and you wrote it in a certain order. And it's like, I don't wish, but it'd be nice if we get back to appreciating that in a way, because even I want to do it more, and I feel like we don't get to do that as much. But maybe it's a dying art.
That's why I've always liked.
Maybe I'm the last one
to
read the book.
A horror movie recently on Prime called Nefarious, and most of it is two guys sitting in a room. And it's dialogue driven, and I love a good dialogue driven movie. And 12 Angry Men is like a historically heralded movie, and that's all dialogue. It's literally about guys in a jury sitting and discussing the case.
It's show don't tell.
It's not the events of why a person is being tried for murder. It's guys discussing whether or not a guy is innocent or guilty, and like it's all dialogue driven, and that's what makes you like appreciate that stuff. And you're right, like
you're not spoon-fed the story, right? There's not like exposition. Well, remember when this guy came in and he said this and did this, wow, what are we going to do about that? And it's like, no, you got to learn about it from the context of people having a conversation. Like I mean, it's like it's like a real life. It's a real life thing. Yeah, you got to have that.
Yeah. So that's why I recommend Transformers.
Good for us.
This is the way.
Isn't that what we're talking about? Is that what we're talking about?
We can do one more. I mean, it says we're in an hour, but I'm going to cut out the first 5 minutes while we were dicking around. Holy fuck.
Easy.
Oh, shit. Burps galore.
All right, let's go.
And...
Oh.
$1 million. We haven't done this, right? We got 2 new ones, right? You know why I know we do? Because we haven't done this one yet.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Yes.
Woo.
Oh man,
So,
folks! I did not
is
know
the
that was going to
idea.
happen. He must have been waiting for that to play.
I've had it racked up since episode 1, and we haven't gotten
man.
it. No, not episode. I mean, whatever. Episode 1
the
of the new
Shane
era,
O'Mac theme.
of the Attitude Era. We're in our Attitude Era right now for the pod. So the idea was, if we had $1 million, what would we do in our lives? So it's like kind of like, it's more like fuck you money. It's not like I'd give it to
Right.
charity type deals, or I would like buy my mom and dad a house. It's not like that. It's like, but what would we do with let's say we did all the charitable good shit.
That's
but now
behind
we just got
us.
money. We got
All the charitable bullshit's behind us.
Yeah, what are
now
we gonna
let's get selfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? What are we thinking? Do you want a mean one? Well, I'll just tell you. I just want to get this off of my page. I don't know why I wrote this. First thing I thought of was going to a restaurant and telling a manager that the server spit in my food and record it and get him fired for it. Like really sell it, and all my friends would sell it just to get him fired, and like really like sell it and like keep leaning on it till they get fired. But then like next week I'd give him like $500,000 just for dealing with it.
If you want $1 million,
Just to have
that's
that
a lot of money.
I just want like moments of things that. Oh, I mean, I got whatever. It's free to me, in this scenario. I just want to I want to ruin somebody's life and then change it for the better. So I'm like sort of like an angel for them,
No.
It's the ultimate gaslight you'll ever have.
I was going
to
to say,
be the best gaslighter that ever
like,
existed.
didn't we determine as a society that like that's really fucked, and like people are doing that? Like that's gaslighting, right? Like,
yeah. I know what you're saying is I could just tip them $500,000 straight up, but no, I want to show. I'm a rich motherfucker now.
I want to break them down
So
and remold them in my image.
I get to use people as my pawns.
They'll really.
So I
love
wrote that,
you
and then I
for
was like, that sucks. Yeah, I don't want to do that. What I would really do is I would get a driver for my life. Just a personal
that makes
driver.
sense now.
We've spoke about it several times. It would be functional. I hate driving, but I would be like, hey, I'm going to Philly in a couple weeks, and you're going to drive me there. And you definitely will not stay in that house.
You
will have to pitch a tent.
What do you? How does that work? Even they never talk about that in movies. How does that work?
I mean, there's people that do it.
I know, but they don't talk about it. Where's the driver go? That he's
Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm gonna get Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Good, because Senior's a little preoccupied.
I got fuck you money.
Oh boy.
Oh
God. That wouldn't work at all.
Oh yikes! I wish I could find a fucking thing.
Yeah, like
here.
sound effect that goes like wah, wah, or like boing, like something zany.
That's exactly kind of what I was looking for. How about this?
Stop! Don't come back.
Stop. The comeback ruins it.
No, that didn't
but
work.
That was tough.
But yeah, I don't know. Because are you going to befriend the driver, or are you going to keep it professional?
I hate goodbyes.
Nope. Lloyd Christmas quotes randomly won't work.
It was 20 years ago, and I'm still not over it.
Yeah, like, do you befriend a driver?
No, I pay him money. Like for trust.
No, I
I'd
don't
pay the
know.
best
Like, do you
goddamn
just
driver I can find.
like what if the driver like do you want to know about your driver personally, or do you try to like make sure it stays professional because you don't want to have any connection with them other than you drive me places?
I mean, I would be friends with him. I would keep it professional.
Well, which is it? You can't be
But-
friends with them and keep it professional. That doesn't make sense.
No. What if he's driving the bang bus and it's part of his job?
Whoa, hold on. You went from I'm
Then
going to
it's
have a
professional
driver to
and-
a guy driving the big bus. What?
I was saying you can have it both ways. You can have it in both
Okay,
ways.
I still don't know what
No,
we're talking. Now I really don't know what you mean by that sentence, but
I guess I would want to sit in the front seat. I'm not going to sit in the back seat. It'd be like one of those.
Okay, see now that's
I want it to be a
that's-
fun car.
okay. If you're sitting in the front seat, that's definitely not professional. So like he's not.
But
That sounds like you want to pay one of your friends.
Yeah, I mean, it
to
could be a
drive you
friend.
wherever. Not like you're going to hire someone to drive you. You're
No.
going to pay.
I would like to become friends with him. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't
No, wait,
matter.
you're
I don't
still
want
gonna sit
one
in
of my
the front
friends to
seat
drive
even if
me.
you're not friends with them. That's weird. Why?
Yes. No. It's like because we could be friends.
You just said you're not
But-
friends with them.
It's mostly business. Hey, business in the front, party in the back. That's how it
What?
was. My rules. So it's like, but I just think like we're gonna have to talk because I'm gonna have him drive me like all over the country to many
Right.
places. I'm not talking about just around town. I'm talking about like road trips on demand, all that kind of shit. Like,
Mhm.
like he's gonna be my driver. Like, hey, I want to go to Toronto this weekend. Like he's just on demand. Like, and that's his job or her job or their job. Is that I pay them $500,000 a year, $1 million a year to be on retainer for me to drive.
You don't have to pay them
Whenever,
that much.
wherever I
You're going
want
to
to.
lose all your fake money if you keep paying people that way.
No, that's the thing. No,
It's
this is-
called $1
hear me
million.
say no. Dude.
Do you know
Jeff,
what $1 million
you're not gonna lose-
buys? This
no,
isn't
that's not-
1817.
It's fake though. It's not. No, it's not literally $1 million.
So what's
It's if you had unlimited wealth and monies.
Oh,
If it's
why'd
fuck
you
you
call it
money
$1
shit.
million? Isn't it called just $1 million?
Because I'd be rich.
Well, yeah, but they were talking about eating craft
Because
dinner.
I was thinking of the bare naked ladies thing.
I don't know
Yeah.
what craft dinner is, but they were talking about that.
The idea is you have
Okay.
fuck you money. You can do whatever you
Gotcha.
want with it. Besides
Uh-huh.
help your family
All right. Well, yeah. I mean,
and the needy.
mine's definitely getting hired at random jobs and getting fired from them because I can.
Yeah.
Being able to just be an employee somewhere, and then when things go awry, not care about it. Maybe sometimes I'll do it on purpose and make comedy. I would never do it to wrong someone like a customer unless they deserved it, because then you have the okay to tell someone off. But also telling off customers and management always need to be told fuck you by an employee. And I want to be that guy that goes around
Ooh.
and constantly is the person putting people in their place. So like it's kind of like an undercover boss concept. I'm not going to film it or anything, but I'm going to go in places because then eventually they're going to know that I'm coming. Like, hey, there's a guy going around getting hired, and there'd be pictures of me and stuff. But so I'd wear a fake mustache when needed. But I'd go around and I would tell customers off that deserved it, and I would tell off management and they deserved it, and I would get fired, and that I would just rinse and repeat. Because like
reverse fucking what's that show?
Yeah,
Undercover
kinda.
Boss, where you like you fuck over the boss.
Yeah, like
that's a good
yeah,
show.
Like I just constantly be reminding people that think that they're owed the world and think that they have power, putting them back in their place and reminding them to eat shit anytime that they think it's okay to act like a piece of shit. So like I would literally, I'd come up with a catchphrase, or like I would always have a bag of shit with me so that when needed, I could present the customer or management with a bag of shit when I tell them, you want to know what? Eat shit. And that would kind of like be my big closing thing.
Yeah. Here's a good piece of shit.
Called the shit poop.
Dude, that'd be so good. Like reverse undercover boss, where somehow you make it onto a bunch of shows. You always give the spiel of like, I've got kids, they all got cancer and can't go to school. And then at the end, they give you like your thing. Like, I want to give you this. You're like, oh, that's funny. I set your car on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. I just paid somebody to hack into your accounts and release all of your dick pics to your wife. I just like get one of those, like overthrow the capitalist structure. Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so something like that, something real discreet.
We're thinking, hey, listen. So everybody, hey, subscribe to our Patreon. It's $1 million a month. We really need this. We're gonna be
because we both have ideas. We both have ideas that we want to execute.
If just like 50 of you subscribe for 1 month, we're gonna be at least get ourselves content.
Yeah, that's
for like
a pretty good start.
I think
that'll get us out to the other subscribers when we can lower the Patreon to like $100,000 a month, because once the numbers go up.
I do like that too. It's like the reverse of like what I was doing, which was like, hey, fucking over the waiter, which I don't want to do. I mean, the end result. I mean, I wouldn't do it to. Well, I would do it to a good person because I wouldn't want to give a shitty person the money. But I don't want to do that anymore. But like, then fucking, you got to go escalate it. Yeah, like
yours is more of like a sociopathic concept, because you're acknowledging you want to do wrong to a good person, but then you want to write it to make them feel better and like you. So
imagine having a business where like all your Google reviews are like 1.0 at best, and you just keep going because you keep funding your business.
There you
go. Terrible.
Yeah, like exactly.
Customers to fuck you.
Right, you could like imagine opening the business.
Yes, let's do that. I switch out. Hold on.
Oh,
cut what I said before.
I was gonna say that's really good. You could open a business and be the worst of that business ever.
Yeah,
and just see how bad of
I got to return
you
the
could
steak.
Get.
It's got lice. Like nah.
Like imagine being like, I'm going to open up a restaurant and I want to statistically be the worst restaurant ever reviewed on Google.
Ooh.
Yes. By any means necessary. Like, but you have to stay open. So it can't be stuff like illegal. It can't be illegal. It can't be health issues, but you have to get the lowest Google. Like that's what we would do. We would actually have a competition. We'd have to open up our own restaurants in the same town. And after 6 months, we'd have to see who has the worst Google rating. And that would be the winner. That would be fun.
Can we buy it and make it even worse?
That's
like reverse Mr. Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, good. That's the concept of this bit. It should always be reverse Mr. Beast.
Yeah, basically.
Like would do
that's kind of the general concept.
Yeah.
Remember, how he tries being a good person at all costs. We want to do that, but the multiplicative inverse, 1 over Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, we've done it again, friends. Look at us.
Episode in the book.
Strangely familiar. Now, hey, we're getting close. I'm telling you, in a few months, we're going to set the world record for the most podcasts I've ever recorded. That's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's
the current world record is 69.
That's not. You're making that up because you just wanted to say 69.
No, it's not. That's
real.
Really
how many
recorded Say It Loud podcast in Austin. Yep. We recorded number 69 during COVID and never did another.
Was that on purpose? Was that like kind of a slight nod to being like, I'm going to stop here?
Nah, you'd think so, but it was more just, you know how things get. It was one of those, it was, what was the reason? You know how things get. It's
yes, the not
the
reason.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
we're almost there. All
right, friends, family.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to say the episode hasn't come out yet, but thanks for all of your compassion for my story last week about being a former dad. So if anybody reached out for that, I appreciate it. And remember, Father's Day for all fathers. It's not just for current fathers. So if you're planning a summer and you're planning a
likes
gifting budget,
t-shirts.
just remember. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like kayak t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Big fan.
All right. Oh shit! There's no volume control. I like t-shirts. Dude, this thing works so well all the time.